Hi everybody, it's Kate. Today I'm talking about another movie. I watched 16 Wishes, and shockingly I've never seen it before, so I watched it today. It was insane, so let's just get right into it. So our main character, her name is Abby, and she's played by Debbie Ryan. She is turning 16, and she has a list since she was a kid that has 16 wishes on it. She wakes up, it's her 16th birthday, she adds that her crush Logan be her boyfriend, or Logan will like her. Her younger brother is named Mike. It doesn't really matter. He's a semi-important character, but it's mainly just to show her growth. So the only reason he is here is to be like, she's actually a better sister now. So there is an exterminator because this girl's house is infested with wasps, like a wasp nest. So the exterminator comes, and we find out later that she's like a magic wish giver. So it's kind of like a genie. Her name is Celeste, so I'm assuming angel or something in the sky. And she's like, hi, I'm here to exterminate your house. I'm like, exterminate the bugs in her house. And at first I thought that, I'm so stupid. So she talks to the bee or the wasp, and then it flies into their house. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing this to get business. That is not the case. She's not here to do business. She's here to make her birthday perfect. So, but at first I was like, that is so crazy. Talking to bees and using your power to like be an exterminator is crazy. Moving on. So her best friend Jay, they go to school together and they go to the bus stop because the parents' car got also infested with wasps. While they're waiting for the bus, Celeste comes as like a postal worker and is like, hey girl, this is a package for you. And then the guy's like, don't open it. They send mail to your house, not to just like where you are, and it just has your name on it and no address. This is crazy. And she's like, it's not gonna be a bomb. Open it. Which honestly would be my first thought. If someone like gave me a package with my name on it while I was not at home, I'd be like, this is a bomb or anthrax or something else entirely.
Could be a bomb.
It's not a bomb. It's a birthday present. And I'm opening it.
So anyway, she opens the package and it's like 16 candles with like a number like for each candle and a match, like a matchbox. And I also forgot to mention that her list was the only thing that was like saved whenever the exterminator came in. It was still Celeste. She brings it out to her, so she has it with her. And then she's like, I guess I'll blow a candle. And her friend Jay is like, don't do that. What if something bad happens? She's like, the worst thing that'll happen is we'll get on the bus, which is so real. But like also it's like, what if these candles have like a poison in them that is only ingested whenever the wax is melted? But they didn't think that far. Also, maybe they're not that paranoid. She lights her first candle, and then a pop star named Jay Lockhart, who is her first wish is to meet him, comes and is like, hey, are you Abby? And she's like, yes. And he's like, cool. And like talking, he kisses her cheek, and then he leaves. Which, I feel like if you wish for this, I feel like you'd be like, I wish for him to be in love with me. You know, like as a kid, that's probably what she would have wished for, but I don't think they wanted to have to add that as well. But that's what I was assuming it was going to be, then her being like, I actually love my best friend, not this pop star. But that was not the case in this one. She just is like, hey girl, and then he leaves. She's like, I want to light another one. So she lights the, one of the other candles. She doesn't go in a row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I would have done that because it would have been like, what if it only works if you do it in order? But she does it in a random order, and she gets, one of her wishes was to have a really cool car, a really cool red car in specific. She gets this like sick Mustang, but then she's like, I don't have my license. I have my permit. And Celeste is there because she drops the car off, and then she's like, I'll drive you guys. So she's driving. And then they're just like, oh, so she's just a magical person. We don't know what she is because Celeste is very not answering questions that are not related to birthday stuff, which is crazy. Like I'd be like, girl, why are you here? Why did you give me like candles that give me magic powers? So she just wish for like one of her third wishes, but then she finds out that she can only wish once every hour. And the reason the two worked so in sync was because it was at the end of 1 hour and the very beginning of another hour. So it's like not like an hour in between, but it's like from like 7 to like 7:59. And then from 8 to 8:59. So you could do it at 7:59 and 8, but you can't do it at like 8 and 8:01.
The candles are magic, and all magic has rules. 1 candle and 1 wish per hour. You lit candle number 1 at 7:58 this morning, and Joey Lockhart showed up. Then you lit candle number 8 at precisely 8 a.m. Your wishes were 2 minutes apart, but within different hours. So she has to wait like another hour for her next wish. She gets really fashionable clothes. She wants to be the best dressed in school. Also, I forgot to mention her biggest enemy, her name is Krista, and they're neighbors, and Krista hates her and tries to do everything better than her and succeeds. And so she's currently running for student president, so she's like, no, not today. And for some reason, student president
they vote in like a day. Krista brings posters to school that's like vote for Krista. That afternoon, they already have the school president. She gets her wish after the certain amount of time, and then she gets like nice new clothes and everything like that. She likes it, and then she goes to volleyball, and then she wishes again that she wants to beat Krista at something, everything. And so she plays volleyball. She smacks the ball at Krista, and there's like a slow-mo, and then it just shows it again and again and again. It's like, we can stop. She got hit in the face with a volleyball. I remember whenever I was younger, I got hit in the face with a dodgeball in gym class, and I cried so hard I had to go to the nurse. So I totally get this girl's pain, but she's like more upset or anything. Like, she's more upset than anything. But if this was me, I would become a big fat baby. And then Abby wins student body president. She didn't even want it.
Abby Jensen!
And Jay and Abby go shopping because she's going to buy herself a dress for her 16th birthday party. But while he's doing it, he drops his wallet outside, and he was gonna pay for it. Like, I think she was just gonna pay him back. But he drops his wallet outside, and Krista follows them and takes the wallet, and then convinces the clerk to be like, hey, they're actually not gonna buy anything. You should probably kick them out, and then leaves. And then the clerk comes over, and she's so mean. She's like, you guys have to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. She goes on and 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 on about how, like, they're not gonna pay whatever. And he's like, I'll pay. And then he's like, crap, I lost my wallet.
I'm sorry. This is a store, not a playground.
But we're customers.
No, your children. Get that dress off now.
They get kicked out, and then she's like, okay, I'll take off the dress, because she's trying on a dress. She goes in, and while she's in there, she lights another candle and makes a wish that people will stop treating her like a kid. Because the reason they kicked her out is like, you're just some stupid kids. Next time you come in here, get with your parents. So then she comes out, and she's like, hey, where did my friend go? And then it's like, oh, he left with someone in a yellow car, which is Krista's car. And she's like, he left with Krista? And she's like, yeah, I think that kid left with the other kid. You need something more mature than that. So then she's like, finds her some like literal like blazers and office wear, and is like, this is more your style. And she's like, oh, but I don't have any money. She's like, well, put it on the store credit. And she's like, store credit? And then she goes to the school again, and then one of the teachers is like, oh, you're the new substitute, right? And she's like, what? And then she goes in to meet Jay. She's like, Jay, come here. Jay, come here. And he's like, I'm a sophomore. You're like 5 years older than me. Please don't talk to me. She's like, you're my best friend. And he's like, I don't know you. I don't know you. You're a grown woman. I'm a kid. So creepy. So creepy. If you don't know who this is so creepy.
I'm not your best friend. I'm a sophomore. You're a woman.
And then her parents are outside the school because they kick her out of the school because they're like, this random adult is walking around in the school. Her parents are outside being like, honey, since there's a wasp infestation, we don't have enough space for you. You're gonna move out. And they're like, you have to stop coming to high school. And she's like, what on earth are you talking about? She finds out that she turned 22 today. She's like, this is not what I meant. I didn't mean this. I just wanted everyone to treat me like I was not a kid anymore, but I don't want to not be a kid anymore. So she literally gets her own apartment. Like, her parents force her to have this apartment. So then anyways, she goes to find Jay, who's at Krista's Sweet 16 party. Now Jay and Krista are best friends, and she's like, why are y'all freaking best friends? Jay had given her a birthday gift at the beginning of the day before all of her wishes started coming true, and it was half of a BFF necklace. So she's like, pull out your keychain. So he pulls out his keychain. Half of the BFF necklace is there. She has the other one around her neck. She's like, see? Everything I told you was real. So then he like snaps his memories back, and he's like, oh my goodness, you're my best friend. Also, in this where it's like, she's an adult, and it kind of makes it like, so she was never at the school. And then she finds out that Jay wants to be student body president because he's president in like this version of the world, I guess. And Abby is like super upset after this, so she like walks home, her car breaks down, she gets soaked, her shoes break, you know, it's just like awful. She goes back to her apartment crying, and then Celeste comes and she's like, I didn't wish for anything. She's like, yeah, I know, I just let you need help. So she brings pizza and they talk about it and everything like that. Celeste and her talking, it's like, technically, since you put the picture of Logan, she put a picture of Logan up for like wishing that he was together, she only put a picture up, she didn't say anything else. They take it off, and it's like, because she put it there with a stick of gum, like with chewed up gum, so they're like, it's not technically binding because it's not like written. So she changes it with a picture of her from the morning of her 16th birthday, where she's like, you guys suck, get out of my room. She like wishes it, and then she returns to the morning of her 16th birthday and everything is back to normal. And then she's like super happy. She's like, oh my gosh, guys, I love you so much. And she gives her brother all of her birthday money that she spent on the dress, or she was going to spend on the dress, and she gives it to him for a guitar because the younger brother Mike loves playing a guitar and realizes that like she's kind of selfish because she's not like noticing anything about the people around her, which I don't think it's selfish not to give your brother money for a guitar, but she did it to be nice. She goes outside and talks to Krista because they're neighbors and is like, you just tell me why you hate me. And then like after like a lot of like being like, just tell me, like you have to tell me. Krista dislikes her because Jay and Krista were best friends, but then on the birthday, like whenever Abby was younger, it was her birthday, and she was like, Jay, we're best friends, right? And Jay's like, yes, we're best friends for life, which I think would be more of a negative thing on Jay, because it's like Abby didn't know that they were like best friends beforehand. If anyone's to be that one that's upset, it should be, I mean, if there's anyone to be upset at, it should be Jay, because Jay was just like, screw you, Krista, I'm friends with Abby now, you know? But she got mad at her. She's like, yeah, my entire life, I just try to be the best at everything so you can never win.
I made my own vow that day. I vowed to win at everything so you'd never get anything you wanted ever again.
This happened when they were in 3rd grade, by the way. You're like, what, 8 in 3rd grade? You're mad at an 8-year-old still? That's insane, but they make it kind of being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I was horrible. Like, no girl, Krista's insane. Oh my gosh, spending the rest of your high school, middle school, elementary school life just making sure that one other person fails because you're mad at them is genuinely crazy. They're like, you know what, we're gonna be friends now too. And then they go to school, and then Jay is like, why are you guys hanging out? And it's like, we think you should be student body president. Because the reason Krista did it is just because she didn't want Abby to, she wanted to do something that Abby couldn't do. So then Jay went student body president. Yay, woohoo, they have a shared birthday party. Krista and Logan get together because Krista's always had a crush on Logan. They get together, and then Jay and Abby also get together. That's literally the end of the movie. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, because if you do not, you will have 16 wishes on your birthday, and it will ruin your life. Okay, bye!